Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a live shot of Rams Gymnasium in Scott City, Missouri, where this evening it is the Scott City Rams taking on the Dexter Bearcats, a non-conference competition. Good evening, everyone. I am Alvin Washington. Thanks for coming along for tonight's competition. Scott City, final home tune-up before they head to the all-important holiday tournament at the Show Me Center. Dexter, this is one of their final tune-ups before they go to their home tournament over at Bloomfield. Last time we saw the Dexter Bearcats, they got it handed to them on opening night. No thanks to the Charleston Blue Jays. That was a 77-43 verdict in that game. Gregory Tucker was our player of the game. Let's see if fortunes reverse themselves for the red and black later this evening. Let's take ourselves a timeout, a quick 2-minute timeout. We'll come back for the starting lineups in just a moment. It is the Scott City Rams and the Dexter Bearcats. That comes your way after this 2-minute timeout. This is South Missouri High School basketball on Mid-America Sports, MABN.net.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. How you're treated.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids. If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Number 3, Chase Young. Number 4, Tyler Miller. Number 5, Jordan Fitz. Number 22, Bradley Cox. And number 23, Jacob Lee. The Bearcats are coached by Rob Nicholls and Sean Deacon. And now the starting lineup for your Scott City Rams. Number 3, Landon Grover. Number 10, Jesse Sanders. Number 23, Jonathan McFall. Number 24, Zach Costner. And number 34, Ryan Fortner. The Rams are coached by Mark Amman, Caleb Estes, and Ryan Hurley.
And there you have it. A quick look at your Southeast Health starting lineups for the Scott City Rams. They'll have Ryan Fortner, Jonathan McFall, Landon Roberts, Zach Cotner, and Jesse Sanders. Cotner and McFall should be familiar. They're from that great football team that happened earlier this year. For Dexter, you got Jacob Lee, Bradley Potts, Jordan Fitz, Tyler Miller, and Chase Young. Tom Drummond leads this three-man officiating crew. Scott City with the basketball. They're in the white jerseys. With the basketball is number 3, Robert. Robert has the ball at the left wing. Now at the left high post is 34, Fortner. Right wing is 24, Cotner. He'll try to drive. Nothing going there. McFall with the basketball. No shot clock here at the high school level as we do play 8-minute quarters mandated by the National Federation of High Schools. Welcome to northern Scott County, Missouri, Scott City to be exact. Great community right across the county line. A feed to the inside, a shot up, and a foul! Great feed that time to Sanders from Robert. First foul of the night is charged to Potts. And with 2 on the board, here comes number 10. Jesse Sanders, free pass is no good. Rebound brought down by Fitz of Dexter in the red.
Come on, Fort. Come on, Fort. Come on, Zach. Good ball.
Now top of the key is Miller. Driving a flip shot layup by Pitts is not there. Rebound stolen away. Big fall. Almost had it ripped right back by Miller. But here comes Sanders and company. To the left wing is Roberts. McFall has it between the rings. He'll dish it off left for Cotner. On the deep right wing, this is Sanders again. Robert, left wing 3, not there. Rebound hauled down. It is Lee that has it. Back come the Dexter Bearcats. Dexter of the SEMO and Stoddard County Conferences. Scott City, a longtime member of the Scott, Mississippi County Conference. Underneath, good feed. Shot and a foul! Bucket is good by Lee on the dime piece by Miller. And the foul here on Fortner, his first team's first. 23 Lee, that being Jacob Lee, cannot make the free pass.
Hey, Simo.
Lee, by the way, a 6'3 senior. 6:23 to go here for the opening quarter, all square 2. Both teams missed on their three-point tries. That ball goes way out the touch.
Hey, what, Simo? Run it!
And it is Dexter basketball. Good crowd on hand for tonight's non-conference action.
Hey, Shizzle.
Later this week, the scene will shift over to Jackson, Missouri. We'll talk about that during the course of the show. Ball off the leg of young Mr. Robert, and we'll try it again. We will have the Southeast Missourian Holiday Basketball Tournament for you coming up the week of December 26th to the 30th. Again, do keep in mind that is an audio-only presentation. And the foul for the Dexter Bearcats. It's charged to Chase Young. That's his first. Team's second. Back to play with 6:05 for the opening quarter. All square 2. Kick up to the top of the key now for Sanders. Right wing Robert. Deep pass underneath for Cotner. Robert, right wing 3, not there. Hot potato rebound will come down in the hands of Potts. Back comes Dexter. Moving and grooving is Fitz. He's shaking and baking. The foul before the shot.
White, 1-0, push.
The foul this time is charged to Jesse Sanders of the Rams. So both teams with 2 team fouls. 5:45 to go. As the Dexter inbounds on the baseline. Fitz now gets it back to Young. On the baseline, kicks it out to the wing. Now top of the key for Miller. Drive. Fitz almost gives it away. Baseline, a drive by Young. Reverse layup is good. Glad to get that one over about 3 Scott City defenders. 4-2 in favor of Dexter.
Get to the middle of the floor.
In the backcourt is Robert. Whoops. Ball tapped out of bounds. Doesn't get a fresh 10 count. With 5:16 to go here for the first quarter. And timeout is called. It is a 30-second timeout, and that'll give us a chance to let you know tonight's action is brought to you by our fabulous friends at Southeast Health. Southeast Health, the difference is in how you're treated. Boy, the Scott City coach is treating his players with the third riot act or something, because he does not like those last couple of sequences. Both starting 5 still on the floor for both Dexter and Scott City. 5:16 to go here for the quarter. You see Scott City there in the white jerseys. They are heading to your right here in the first quarter. Inbound comes to Jonathan McFall. Across the timeline goes Robert.
Zach Cotner.
Robert now has McFall. Right baseline driving this is Fortner. Back out to Robert, the left wing for three. Not there for Sanders. Tipping, however, is good for McFall. So the second chance points make it 4-all.
Hey, scissor.
4:52 for the quarter. Here comes Young across the timeline, trying to get it between the legs. A hand check foul on Fortner. That's quickly 2 on him. Reinforcements coming up soon. We'll now see Ryan Brock hit the floor for Fortner with 2 early fouls here in the quarter. All squared 4 between Dexter and Scott City. Inbound comes now. This is 23. Lee on the wing. Top of the key between the rings is Job. That being... Nope, not Job. That's actually with Potts. Here's Potts in the middle. Potts drives and scores. 6-4 in favor of Dexter. Scott City now coming across the timeline. They break the press perfectly. Brock on the baseline. No! Brock gets it back, puts it up. Almost a 3-point play. Should have had the bunny on the first go-round.
That's on Brandon Potts.
Brandon Potts will pick up his second foul just that quick. As reinforcements will come in for a little bit. Ryan Brock, 6'4", front of 2's good. Cody Neldon will come into the contest now for Dexter. 6'5" in favor of the Bearcats. Back end, Brock, good. Tied at 6. This is our third tie of the ball game. 4:14 remains for this quarter. And now, trying to bring it down the court again is Chase Young. Young trying to drive against Robert. Stops, pirouettes, gives it to Miller, drives the baseline. Reverse layup is good. Wow. Some good-looking shots by Dexter here. I guess they learned from their trip down to Charleston. Oh, great steal that time. Up underneath, drive and score. Fitz from Miller. That makes it 10-6. Now another turnover. Almost a 3-point play as Miller drives the baseline with 3:42. The foul here charged to Sanders. His second just that quick. So 3 players in foul trouble for Scott City. We're not even halfway out of the first quarter. Tyler Miller, the 6'2" senior, front of 2 is good. Tyler Anderson. Or should I say Tyler Adams, number 11 for Scott City, now checking in. There you see the man in the middle there, number 4. Tyler Miller, back in is good. And that makes it 11. It's now 12-6. Dexter on the last 6 here. A couple of turnovers turned into points, and now almost another turnover there. As Miller dives for the basketball with 3:34 remaining. Dexter 12, Scott City 6. Dexter at one time among the top 25 in the Southeast Missouri region, according to SemoSportsWeb.com. Ryan Brock almost traveled in the paint. Hot potato, whoops. Lee gets the steal. Gets it now to Neldon. Neldon reloads. Here's a drive underneath. Shot up. Almost a 3-point play there for Lee. Stan Turlington, one of our officials, calls the foul on Ryan Brock. Jacob Lee to the line for a pair. Front of 2 for the 6'3" senior is no good. More reinforcements for Scott City. We'll see Essner and now Henson in the game. Backhand coming up for Lee. It's up. Oh, gosh. Man, where was that going? Well, Scott City will have a chance to chop it to this lead at the 3:17 mark. But they got to get past this nice 3-2 trap. Robert, triple team, gives it now up for Essner. Back to Robert on the left baseline. Robert hounded big time Neldon called for the hand check.
Everybody is over there. You have got to cut to the middle of the floor.
12-6 your score. Scott City basketball once again. The inbound comes to the backcourt. This is Adams. Back cross for Henson. Henson to Adams on the right wing, right baseline. This is Essner. Back to Adams. 2:51. Essner again. Right high post is Henson. Not there. And then a foul called. It will stay there. This time the foul is on Lee for pushing Brock out of the way. 2:45 to go here for the quarter. Scott City again on the inbound. They'll get it out to Robert. Looked at a three. We'll get it back to Adams, handing it off to Robert by the scorer's table. On the left wing, they'll go down to Henson underneath the arc. Near steal. Robert gets it back to Scott City in the white. Robert stops, pops a 15-footer. Not there. Adams on the putback right side. Not there. Ryan Brock, a third time foul. At first you don't succeed. Try it till you get it right. It'll be Miller that'll pick up the foul here for Dexter. Ryan Brock back to the line for two more. He hit his first two. First of two this time will not go. You'll see DJ Dowdy into the game. Dowdy will sit down, Fitz with a bucket. 2:26 here for the first quarter, 12-6, 12-7 now on the third point of the night for Ryan Brock. And the ball comes down. Quick drive this time. This is Neldon. Underneath for Lee. Is the bucket good? They say no. Second foul just that quick on Ryan Brock. So there are three players for Scott City that already are in foul trouble. Front for Jacob Lee is good. Jonathan McFall quickly returns to sit down Adams. 2:19 for the first quarter, 13-7 in favor of Dexter, who has gone on a 7-1 run since a 6-6 tie. Back end for Lee, off the rim, no, and rebound. Robert with the basketball. Essner, now right wing is Henson. Right baseline is McFall. They'll go back to Robert, left baseline. He drives it. He puts it off glass, puts it down. And a timeout. Short timeout. Delay of game now on Scott City. They got to let the ball go right once they shoot the basket. That's the last warning they'll get with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter. Landon Robert with the basketball. The drive. Blocking foul. Holy cow. Ryan Fortner got ran over, and he'll get his third foul. Ooh, boy. Not good. Clearly got ran over by Jacob Lee, and they'll call the block. Actually, it'll be Cody Neldon that'll get the call at the line. Two-shot foul, 13-9 your score here. With under 2 minutes called is 1:58. Here's the front of two. Up and no good. Zach Cotner sitting down Ryan Fortner. 3 quick fouls here in the first quarter. Dexter can definitely take advantage of the early foul trouble the way they've been playing this evening. Neldon, the back end. That's no good. And a foul going down. This time the foul is on Lee. And so now we're in the bonus for the next minute 58 plus the second quarter on both sides. This is Zach Cotner from the football team, one of the wideouts. The one will give him the end. And chops the lead down to 13-10. Still at a minute 58. Back end 13-11. And off and running finally we go. Number 11, DJ Dowdy with the basketball. Held as he went up. The foul here on Essner. Eric Essner, his first foul. That puts DJ Dowdy, the 5'10 sophomore, at the line for the Dexter Bearcats. Front of two, good. 14-11 in favor of Dexter. We haven't even moved off of 6 game seconds. Back and no. Rebound to McFall. Back comes Scott City in the white, down 14-11. Essner on the left wing, Robert at the top. The right wing, Henson. Back to Robert between the rings. He reloads the offense with Dowdy in his face. We're looking for Cotner in the corner. Won't get him yet. Hold it. Hand check foul on Dowdy, and that'll put him at the line for 1-1. That's quickly 2 on him. Nope, that's his first, as a matter of fact. But it sends Landon Robert to the line for the 1-1. They can use a lot of these free throws if they can just knock them down. The one for Landon Robert, no. It won't give him the and. It will give the rebound, however, to Potts. Back comes Dexter, up 14-11 with a minute 23 left here in this opening quarter. Ooh, another 1-1 opportunity this time. Essner picks up his second foul. Man, we are foul crazy here in the first quarter. We'll see Sanders return. Sit down to Essner with 2 quick fouls. Chase Young to the line for 1-1. 1:18 remains for the first quarter. We are nearing double bonus territory quickly. One will not give him the and. Rebound that time to Cotner. Back comes Scott City in the white. Still down 14-11. Henson up top. Right baseline now. This is Sanders. Heel drop. Go back out. Oh, not that right person, son. Back comes Young. Left baseline. Shot is up. Foul called there as Dowdy goes up for the bucket with 55.6. Another Scott City foul. This time it is Cotner. He picks up his first. Already 10 team fouls this quarter on Scott City. Dowdy in front of 2 this time is good. Back end's coming up as Jordan Fitz returns for Dexter in the red. Here's the back end, up and good for DJ Dowdy, who sits now on 3 points. Last 53 ticks of the quarter, 16-11 in favor of Dexter. Sanders with the basketball to the right wing for McFall. Right baseline, this is Cotner. Robert has it right wing, up for 3, no. Rebound McFall, no. Back comes Dexter. Everybody looking for an over the back, won't get it. 33 ticks on the clock. I mean, Scott City fans getting vocal here. Hot potato. We'll go back to the top of the key for Dowdy. 25 on the clock. On the baseline, here comes 3 from Miller. Not there. Rebound, however, to Potts. That's there. 4 second chance points for Dexter. They're up 18-11. Shot the other way for Cotner is not good as we've hit 9.1 left in the quarter. Tyler Miller picks up his second foul, team's 9th, and for the next 8 minutes and 9 seconds of the first half, everybody gets 2 shots of foul. Zach Cotner will get his 2 here. In front of 2 is good. Tyler Adams will return for Scott City. 18-12 your score here in the first quarter. Can't tell us this isn't a rivalry game. Back end's good. 18-13 your score. Back comes a steal by Cotner. He'll put the first foul on Fitz. And everybody's having fits. Gosh. Calm down, fellas. Just a basketball game. Cotner up for a pair. This time the double bonus. First is good. Our technical director, Adam Pavelka, looking at it like, just a game? Are you kidding? Back in for Cotner. Splash. 18-15, Dexter. And wait, we've got an out-of-bounds violation on Dexter. So Scott City, with the right shot, can tie this game at the end of the first quarter after being down by at least 6 midway. They're in the white. Robert inbounds. He's got Cotner. Can't get it at the buzzer. Steal. Robert can't get it. So despite a whole gang of folk in foul trouble, it's a close game. 18-15. Dexter leading Scott City. 1 minute timeout, and we are back. This is Southeast Missouri High School basketball on MidAmericaSportsMABN.net.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
Life's this hard.
Back here on MABN.net, Mid-America Sports. 18-15, Dexter leading Scott City. Dexter in the red, Scott City in the white. Here's a drive. This is Jordan Fitz. Triple teamed on a baseline. Hot potato. The ball comes underneath, and the shot is good by Bradley Potts. Off a great feed by Miller, and now it's Miller with the steal. Miller stops at the low post. Back out. Looking at a three and won't take it as Fitz. Potts has it again. Miller, I should say, has it again. Miller has it back to Fitz. Miller drive. Offensive foul. They'll get him this time. Tyler Miller called for the player control. That's his third. So we've got foul trouble aplenty in Scott City. On the Southeast South area scoreboard, Farmington knocked off Cape Central early this evening, 41-39 in the newly renamed Kelso Girls Holiday Classic at the Show Me Center. Robert with the bucket makes it 2017. Back the other way. That's a blocking foul, a bucket and one for Fitz. It is Cotner's foul this time. Cotner his second. Jordan Fitz, the 5'7" senior for the Dexter Bearcats, trying to extend the lead. Won't do it there. Just a wee bit short. Ball back the other way for Scott City. Now down 22 to 17 on the baseline. Right wing three. Robert not there either. He's been cold from out downtown this evening. Back they come. Here's a drive. A shot not there for Fitz, and a foul called, and two shots coming up for Tyler Adams. With 6:37 for the second. Bradley Potts will pick up his third foul. Gosh! This is a game that make the NBA blush. 6:37 remains here for the second quarter as Tyler Adams for Scott City in the white at the line for the double bonus this time. Front of two is real good. DJ Dowdy returns. They take a look at the foul shooting here. Not anything to write home about. Scott City 9 of 13. Meanwhile, Dexter 6 of 14. So here comes the back end for Adams. He will drop that one. Adams will sit down. Ryan Brock will come in. However, Brock is on the floor with two first half fouls. 6:36 to go. 22-18 in favor of the Dexter Bearcats. Cross court. There's a drive by Dowdy. Floater up, not there off glass. And then over the back foul, going down with two more. third foul on Lee. Sheesh. Slow down, everybody. Lee, his third foul. Jonathan McFall to the line for the double bonus at 6:27. Front of two for the quarterback of the Scott City Rams football team is good. McFall will be back next year. He's just a junior this season. Had an absolutely great football campaign. Just missed out on winning yet another South Division title in the SEMO Conference for the Scott City Rams. They were right there at the door. Just couldn't pull the trigger against Malden. Back end's good. 22-20 in favor of the Dexter Bearcats. Here's the drive. We'll kick out to the left wing now, top of the key for Dowdy. This is Fitz now with the basketball. Into the middle for Wilson, number 34. For three, Fitz not there. Rebound, McFall, back up Scott City quickly. Quickly underneath, a great feed to Brock. On the dime piece by Sanders. Near steal in the back. We're all square at 22. Great game so far here in Scott City. Almost a bump by McFall. In the middle, here's a drive. Oh, wow. Yes. That's going to be now 3 on Cotner. We are getting foul happy here in Scott City, ladies and gentlemen. Calm down. Sheesh. Chase Young up to the line for a pair. He's got 2 so far tonight. In front of 2 here. Cotner leads. Adams comes in. You know, for all the fouling that's going on, for this game to be this close, I'm not surprised. I mean, this is Southeast Missouri we're talking about. Back end is good. That'll break the tie there for... That was Chase Young. Missed the first, made the second. 23-22 with 5:41. Dexter again retaking the lead. Scott City has yet to lead this contest. Ball tapped out of bounds, and it is still Scott City basketball. You see Scott City there in the white with blue. Dexter in the red with black. Scott City, the 8th seed at the Holiday Tournament this year. Brian Brock on the inbound, gets the bucket, the foul, and Scott City the lead. The foul here is on Fitz. That's his second. Ryan Brock now for the 3-point play to extend a 24-23 lead. Good. 25-23. Scott City takes its first lead of the game with 5.5 for the first half. We'll see how Dexter responds in this sequence. They'll go way back on the other side. This is 11, Dowdy. Young has the basketball on top of the key. They'll go to the other side. Hot potato in the middle. Wilson can't handle it. Adams will pick up the loose ball. McFall and Robert in the back will bring it up with 5:10. Scott City 25. Dexter 23. Adams on the right wing. Now has Brock. A good feed. Another good drive. Timeout, Dexter. We'll keep it right here with 5 minutes exactly for the second quarter. 27 for Scott City, 23 for Dexter. Tonight's game brought to you by Auto Trim Design on South Kings Highway in beautiful Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Don't just drive. I'm NBC with the best car and truck wraps around at 606 South Kings Highway, Auto Trim Design. Alvin Washington here at Rams Gymnasium in Scott City, Missouri, at Scott City High School. The Scott City girls at the Kelso Girls Holiday Classic right now. Said hello to one of their star players, Katie Hogan, who earlier this year got co-player of the year in honors in volleyball along with her teammate Micah Simpson. Speaking of the Kelso Classic, Jackson knocking off Saxony Lutheran 49-11 in that first round game. That's on the Southeast South area scoreboard. We're back to action here. 4:56 for the second quarter. Scott City 27, 23 for Dexter. With the basketball is Chase Young. DJ Dowdy back to Young. On the right wing now, this is Fitz. Here's Dowdy for three, not there. Hot potato rebound comes down to Landon Robert. Back comes Scott City. It's Robert, McFall, Sanders, Adams, and Brock again on the drive. Oh, great execution by the Rams. 29-23, the last six scored by big Ryan Brock. And there's a hop, skip, and a step for DJ Dowdy. And now Dexter starting to rankle themselves a little bit. 29-23. Since being down 13-7. It's a 22-10 run by the Rams. That almost there. Brock cannot handle the putback. A few mistakes tonight by big Ryan Brock. We're back to action for 13 for the first half. 29-23 in favor of the Scott City Rams here on MABN.net, Mid-America Sports. Dowdy looked at a three. He'll drive in from the mid-post. Good. Good touch shot there by the sophomore. 29-20 feet. 25. That brings that short run. Here's Adams to the top of the key. Robin will try three again. Can't get that to go. He's 0 for 5 right now from outside the arc. Quickly back comes Cody Neldon. A hot feed. Baseline long deuce. Not there. Rebound Robert. Back comes Scott City. 3.5 to go. They're up 29-25 as they'll slow things down. And a travel call on Adams as he slipped his feet. 3:31 to go. 29 for Scott City. 25 for Dexter. Dexter Bearcats in the red have the basketball. Chase Young now gets it to Jordan Fitz on the wing. Now in the middle, this is no, there's a shot up there. Hot potato. Rebound comes down to McFall. Jacob Murdoch is now into the fray for Dexter. Ryan Brock deep on the left baseline. Back out to Robert. Triple team. Back to Brock. He throws it behind the back to Sanders. McFall. Left wing, top of the key. Goes in the lane. He drives. One hand layup. Not there. Brock rebound. Yes. Ryan Brock cleaning up the paint tonight. He has a first half high 14 points. 31-25 in favor of Scott City. This run now fueled by Ryan Brock, who gets the steal off the back foot. He gets it now to Sanders. Sanders trying to drive. Spin move. No foul called. Gets it back. Foul there. That's 2 on Young this time. Chase Young picks up his second foul. Gosh. Foul O'Rama here in the first half as number 10. Sanders to the line for a pair for the Scott City Rams. Front of 2 for Sanders is up and good. That being Jesse Sanders. Free throws right now for Scott City. 14 of 18. That's big. Especially in a game like this. Back in, yeah. Sanders making both of those. He's up to 4. 33-25. It's a Scott City advantage. Right wing. Here comes Dowdy for 3. No. Rebound comes out as McFall. He battles. Oh. Murdoch couldn't handle that one. And so now it once again comes back to Scott City basketball. Robert across the timeline. Now deep left wing. McFall looked at a 3. Top of the key for 3 for Sanders. Count it! It is about dang-blanging time. Sanders with the first triple of the night. Now makes it 36-25. And Dowdy couldn't handle the feed there with 1:50 to go. Timeout, Dexter. Take a break here. 36-25. Scott City running away with it against Dexter. This is MABN.net.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
Back here on MABN.net. Boy, it is a nice run for Scott City. They're up 36-25. They missed an opportunity there, but they are on a 21-7 run this quarter. Back the other way, a nice fast break drive from Miller. That stops that run, 36-27. Ryan Brock on the floor right now with 14 game-high points. Inside feed, this is Adams, good off the glass from Robert. 38-27 your score with a minute 11 to go. Stats, facts, and figures coming up on the Southeast Health halftime report. Whip inside will go to the baseline. This is Lee. Now baseline three. Miller. Good! Wow! That's with a little bit of a brushback, too. 38-30. Southeast Health final minute is upon us. 49 seconds. McFall trying to get across that 1-3-1 press. Breaks it. Still on a drive to the cup. Almost. 40 seconds to go. Back comes Dexter. This is Fitz. Mid-post. Not there. Rebound. Comes back. This is Young in the paint. No. Rebound McFall. Foul call. That is the third on Young. And 2 shots coming up. I'll tell you, crew chief Tom Drummond is like, will y'all slow down, please? Me being a referee myself, I don't blame him. 27.6 to go here in this second quarter.
Did he intentionally clip it?
We have 27.6 seconds left. Jonathan McFall at the line for 2. Front of 2, rims out. 38-30. Scott City just went on a 21-7 run to get to this point. Back end, that'll fall for McFall. He's got 5. 26 sticks on the clock. This is Miller. Now up top for Dowdy. To the right wing is his Fitz. Left wing. This is a drive by Miller. Underneath. Turning around. Off glass. Not there for Potts. Miller looking to step back. Here's a drive by Lee. Baseline 3. Fitz. That's not there. Rebound is Miller. Whoop. Threw it away. No, they're going to say a tap off of Scott City, so sort of a catch-and-shoot situation for Dexter with 2.6. Here's the catch, the shot, and not even close. Ryan Brock with 14 first-half points to put Scott City on top here at the break, 39-30 against Dexter. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back for the Southeast Health halftime report. You're watching Southeast Missouri High School basketball on MABN.net Mid-America Sports.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Ativa and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
Presented by Southeast Health. There is a place where there are no lockouts, holdouts, or diva receivers. Where a hometown hero is made every Friday night. Where every athlete plays for the love of the game. Where the fans are more dedicated than anywhere else.
Back here on MABN.net Mid-America Sports, halftime here at Rams Gymnasium in Scott City, Missouri. It's 39-30 in favor of the host Scott City Rams, leading the Dexter Bearcats as we are inside the Southeast Health halftime show, brought to you by Southeast Health. At Southeast Health, the difference is how you're treated. SCHealth.org. I'm Alvin in Washington. Thanks for coming back along with us. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Let's take a look at the scoring real quick for both clubs. We'll start with the Dexter Bearcats. 3 points for Chase Young, 9 for Tyler Miller, 4 for Jordan Fitz, 5 for DJ Dowdy, 6 for Bradley Potts, 3 for Jacob Lee. And that indeed does the 30 points for the Dexter Bearcats. On the flip side for Scott City, we've got 4 for Landon Robert, 7 for Jesse Sanders, 3 for Tyler Adams, 5 for Jonathan McFall, 6 for Zach Cotner, and a game-high 14 for Ryan Brock. The big difference here right now is in the free throw shooting. Dexter sitting on 7 of 16 from the foul line. Scott City, however, 16 of 21. That 9 free throw difference is the difference we have right now in our contest, 39-30. Just to let you fans know, coming up on this Thursday, we will be over at Jackson for the second home game of the year for the Indians. Jackson taking on state-ranked Miami Catholic of St. Louis. Broadcast time approximately 7:20 p.m. Tip-off around 7:30. And right here on your home for Southeast Missouri High School basketball, MABN.net Mid-America Sports. Also, just a reminder, we will be following this year's Southeast Missouri and Holiday Basketball Tournament starting December 26th at 9 a.m. Once again, do keep in mind these are audio-only broadcasts for the holiday tournament. However, you can follow along on your smartphone. All of the important links will be available for you at MABN.net. That'll take care of the Southeast Health halftime report. Southeast Health, the difference is how you're treated at SCHealth.org. We'll take a 4-minute timeout, and then we'll come back for more of tonight's contest. Your score at the break, 39 for Rams of Scott City, 30 for the Bearcats of Dexter. You're watching Southeast Missouri High School Basketball on MABN.net Mid-America Sports.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids. If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Any questions?
What kind of service plan does this come with?
Unlimited.
Can I keep my same phone number?
Absolutely.
How do I change the ringtone?
Just hook it up to your computer.
Does it have a camera? What's the warranty? Does it come in silver? Can I put my party shuffle on this? Does it have a 3.5 millimeter headset jack? You sell a lot of these?
It's the one I carry.
You ever get those phantom vibrations in your pocket?
Any questions?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ask questions. For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone, but you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Do I look like someone who is at risk for heart disease? Well, guess what? I am. Heart disease took my dad's life, but it doesn't have to take mine. Because 80% of cardiac events in women may be prevented if we make the right choices. 80%. You may not know you're at risk, but one woman dies every minute from this largely preventable disease. Help, bring a voice.
With executive producer Eric Norman, I'm Alvin Washington here at Rams Gymnasium, Scott City, Missouri, where we're quickly into the second half of play. And Landon Robert just drops it in. Landon Robert helping the Scott City Rams to a nice lead here. 41-30 is the score now. They had a 21-7 run in the second quarter, thanks to 14 first-half points by Ryan Brock, who rejoins the fray. Scott City is in the white uniforms. Here's a three coming up from Miller. That's no good. Zach Cotner with the rebound. Scott City is in the white and blue. Dexter's in the red and black. Scott City has drawn the 8th seed this year at this year's Southeast Missouri High School tournament for holiday tournament, that is. A nice drive, but no go for Sanders. Rebound comes down to Chase Young. Deep inside, a hook shot is good for Potts. 41-32. Dexter can ill afford to trade baskets at this juncture with Scott City. Sanders trying to drive. Almost wrapped up there, as there were a lot of fouls called in the first half. 28 of them. 16 alone by Dexter. Here's a shot by Robert. Just a little off the mark inside the arc. Miller and the Bearcats back the other way. They'll go inside, turn around, Jay, well off the mark. Rebound, this is Lee. Backside's good. Lee puts the bucket in for Dexter. 41-34. 6:16 to go here for this third quarter. Feed inside. Good feed. Cotner couldn't get it, but ball stays right there. Great feed by Ryan Brock to try to get it inside to Zach Cotner. He couldn't finish it. So here we go. The inbound comes. This is Cotner in the free throw lane. That's no good. Brock. Oh! Nope, they're going to call that one on the floor, so no shots for Brock. This time the foul will be charged to Miller. Tyler Miller, that's his fourth foul. That ain't good. Especially if you're a Dexter fan. Quickly coming in will be Cody Neldon, so some extended sitting time for Tyler Miller, the senior. McFall inbounds to Robert. He's got Cotner on the left wing, coming back right, lifts his side. Whoops, wrong person. That's Potts with the steal for Dexter. He gets it back to Neldon. Neldon to the right wing now. This is Fitz back to Neldon. The left baseline is Young. He drives it. Get that out of here, says Ryan Brock. Brock with the block, gets it to Robert. And Robert brings it down. He now has Sanders. Back to Robert on the right wing. Robert starts his drive. He goes from the top of the key for three. Count it! Calm, cool, and collected is Landon Robert, who makes it 44-34 in favor of the Scott City Rams with 5:21 to go for the quarter. Bounce pass, left wing. This is now the baseline drive. They'll get it back out to Young for three. Good! Young from Potts makes it 44-37. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of the quarter. Adams again the other way, make that Sanders. Sanders, number 10, now has it. Oops. Robert took his eye off the ball. The other number 3, Young, on the drive, and the nope. Ball tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Dexter. Chase Young had a perfect drive to the bucket and couldn't hit the bunny. 4:49 for this third quarter. 44-37 in favor of the Scott City Rams. Almost a travel that time by Dowdy. On the right wing is Fitz. Left baseline is Young. Back to Neldon. Now in the middle. Here comes Fitz to drive. No score. Rebound McFall. He's got a whole gang of folk to feed. Whoops. Back the other way comes Dexter. This is Neldon. Now top of the key for Miller. In the middle, this goes Lee. Layup reverse is good. Boy, Jacob Lee's had a few of those tonight. 44-39, and now Dexter chopped what was a 10-point lead down to 5 with the last 5 points. Cotner on the deep right wing. He'll start his drive. And an offensive foul on Cotner. That's his 4th. That is definitely not good for the Scott City fans in the house. And he is ticked. He sits down with 6 points, 44-39. Again, Ryan Brock's got his shoulder to load. A whip over to the right wing. This is DJ Dowdy, now top of the key for Fitz. Back to Dowdy on the right wing, 3:43 to go. Scott City by 5, 44-39, a near steal. Here's a drive by Fitz in the paint, not there off glass. Rebound, they're going to call jump ball. They called jump ball. Good hold that time by Robert to force the jump ball. It's still Dexter basketball with 3:34, but the jump ball occurred just as the shot was going up. On the right baseline, this is Potts. Up underneath, they'll go back to the left baseline. A drive, a spin by Neldon. Now this is Lee trying to drive in. That looked like a charge. Neldon again. Back out to Dowdy. Dowdy on the left wing, 3:19. They'll go inside. Whoops, forgot your board pass. Tyler Adams with the basketball for Scott City in the white. Now he's got McFall between the rings. McFall to the baseline. This is Robert. Underneath, foul called, no shot. And the foul here on DJ Dowdy, that is his second. That is also 2 on Dexter. Good feed to Sanders on the inbound. That makes it 46-39, stopping that short run by Dexter. Top of the key. They'll go inside up to the left baseline. Here's 3 from Dowdy. Count it! A nice kick out that time by Potts. 46-42 now. Here's McFall to the baseline and good. 48-42 on the Southeast Missouri Area High School scoreboard. Meadow Heights 47, Perryville 27 at the Kelso Classic at the Show Me Center. 48-42, Scott City by 6. Here's a left wing 3, not there for Dowdy. Ball tapped out. It will stay with Dexter with 2:16 for the quarter. Chase Young in. Jordan Fitz out with 4 points. Here we go. Cody Nelson inbounding on the baseline. The ball came into Potts on the tip-in, and he couldn't convert it. The rebound came down to Tyler Adams. Here comes Jesse Sanders with the basketball for Scott City, up 48-42. They'll go up to the wing. This is Adams for 3. Oh, wow. Airmail with 2:01 to go for the quarter. Don't forget, coming up on Thursday, the scene shifts to the Jackson Event Center. It's the Jackson Indians taking on Vianney Catholic of St. Louis. Broadcast 7:20, tip-off 7:30, right here on your home for Southeast Missouri High School basketball. MABN.net. They'll kick underneath. This is Lee to the drive. Shot, almost a three-point play with 1:47 for the third quarter. This time it's Tyler Adams. He'll pick up his first foul, and that will send Jacob Lee, the 6'3 senior, to the line for 2. Front of 2 is good. 48-43. Dexter outscoring Scott City this quarter, 13-9. Back in. That's no good. Rebound to the hands of McFall, and back comes Scott City. Sanders with the basketball to the right wing now. This is Robert. Robert in the free throw lane. Whoops, wrong person. Moving and grooving, shaking the bacon is Cody Nelson. What? You forgot your board pass. Landon Robert with the steal back the other way. He's going to drive to the cup. Underneath for Ryan Brock. Yes, sir. All day, all night. Ryan Brock now with 16 game-high points. Robert with 3 assists. 50-43 in favor of Scott City. Dowdy now back to Young on the right baseline. Young on the wing to the left wing is Neldon. Underneath, whoops, forgot that one. Adam Sanders on the drive. Sanders is fouled before the shot with 57.9. A fast-moving third quarter, to say the least. Chase Young picks up his 4th foul. Oh, man. See, that's what you get for fouling all first half. Scott City to inbounds. There's number 23, Jonathan McFall, to get it in. He had Sanders. A great use that time by Potts off of McFall. That gives Dexter the ball back with 56.4 and a chance to chop into a 50-43 lead of Scott City here at Rams Gymnasium in Scott City, Missouri. Scott City High School. Special hello to Principal Mike Johnson, Athletic Director Kerry Thompson, and the whole crew here just off of Route M. 44 ticks on the clock. Trying to drive to the left baseline is Neldon. Neldon underneath. Reverse layup. That's a foul called. And they're going to say a non-shooting foul. This will be Ryan Brock's 3rd foul. And now they're going to say that Tom Drummond, who's our official in charge, says it was a pass-off. The Dexter crowd is looking for 2 shots, but they're not going to get it. That's for dang sure. We're back to play. 37.4 and counting. On the baseline, here comes three from Neldon. Count those! Cody Neldon from way out by the stockyards. 50-46 the lead, down to 4 for Scott City this quarter. Sanders to the baseline for Adams. He'll bring it back to the wing. Go around the top of the key. To the right wing is Corbin. Here comes Brock going in. Turning around. Not there. Rebound Adams. Yeah! Make that Sanders. Sanders on the putback. 52-46 with 4 ticks on the clock. Here's Fitz. Runner. No. Brock the rebound. He won't get that one to go. Boy, great third quarter for Scott City. Jesse Sanders now in double digits with 11. 1 minute break, 52-46. Scott City leading Dexter on MABN.net.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
ShelterPetProject.org.
The result.
If you're looking for a new pet that you can cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy, loyal, fun, loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
This copyrighted broadcast of Mid-America Broadcast Network and Scott City High School may not be reproduced for any reason without express written consent. I'm Alvin Washington, and we welcome you back here to Rams Gymnasium for Southeast Missouri High School basketball. The Scott City Rams up 52-46. Jesse Sanders on the baseline, can't get it. Ryan Brock on a putback, yes! Ryan Brock playing like a man possessed tonight. He's got 18 game-high points for this half. 54-46 in favor of Scott City. A block by Brock, his second tonight. A near steal. Sanders gets it back. Cross court to Robert. Robert on the baseline now gets it to Adams. Tyler Adams, Landon Robert, Ryan Brock, Jesse Sanders, and Jonathan McFall for Scott City. It's Neldon, Young, Lee, as a shot by Robert is good. Robert makes it 56-46. Let's get that Dexter lineup again. It is Miller, Young, Lee, Potts, and Neldon. Shot by Lee, no good. Rebound comes down. And a drive. This is Robert. He'll reload between the rings, and he'll hand off to McFall. Jonathan McFall. Spin moves at the high post. Kicks it out to the wing. Here's a long three. Not there. McFall, a rebound. Whoops, off his foot. And back we go. 56-46 in favor.
Hey, next trip.
Of the...
Next trip. Not for Brock. X.
Scott City Rams. 6:26 to go here in this quarter. Now on the right wing, they'll give it back up top of the key for Miller. Neldon has the basketball for Dexter in the red. Scott City in the white. Right wing. Back to Neldon. Top of the key. Looked at a three. In the middle, this is Potts. He drives the lane. Good. Brandon Potts with a team-high 10. 56-48. And now the 2-3 half-court press from the Dexter Bearcats. Trying to get something going here. We got timeout called by Scott City. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Portions of tonight's game brought to you by Auto Trim Design, 606 South Kings Highway in Cape Girardeau. Don't just drive, drive and be seen with today's hottest car and truck wrap designs. Auto Trim Design, 800-866-8558. Again, coming up on Thursday, we travel to Jackson, Missouri The Jackson Indians await our presence for the first time this season. They'll take on state-ranked Vianney Catholic of St. Louis. Broadcast time is 7:20. Tip-off slated for 7:30 right here in your home for Southeast Missouri High School basketball. MABN.net, Mid-America Sports. 5:56 to go here for this fourth quarter. Still a tight one, still anybody's ball game. It's 56-48 in favor of Scott City. The Rams in the white have the basketball, and they have Landon Robert in the backcourt against a 2-3 press. Robert trying to break it. He'll go now to Jesse Sanders. Sanders across the timeline. Now in the middle. Here's a drive to the cup for McFall. They let him drive. They let McFall drive. Wow. McFall with 9. 58-48. How in the world you let a man go like that? Driving the other way. Reverse layup is good by Miller. I tell you, Dexter's made some tough shots at the baseline driving this evening. Robert, triple teamed. No foul called. They're letting him play. Sanders, he'll drive to the cup. That's good. Jesse with 13, with helping three players get in the double figures. 60-50 your score, coming up on 5 minutes for the competition. Miller at the top of the key, right wing down baseline. Here's a drive by Lee, up and no good. Rebound Brock. Brock now has McFall, hands off to Sanders. Back comes Scott City in the white. Robert across the timeline between the rings of Sanders. Well, somebody hit the drink. It was Brock. A steal that time by Young. Long pass, and the long arm of the law says, Ryan Brock says, give me that basketball. McFall, good needle pass to Sanders, and he's on the right wing. Near steal by Miller. 4.5 for this game. 60-50 your score with 4:28 to go for the competition. 3 coming up for Robert, not there. Rebound comes down to Cody Neldon. Back comes Dexter in the red. They're down 10. Neldon off balance shot. What the heck was that? Back comes Scott City, up 10, 60-50, nearing the halfway point of the fourth quarter. This is Sanders getting some separation, but still there's a 5 count. There's a steal. Here comes Dowdy. He drives, can't score. Rebound to Sanders again. Sanders almost stripped by Dowdy. Double team, kick ball, foul underneath. Foul underneath, and it's on Young, and he's out of here. See you, kid. Chase Young has been called for his 5th foul. He fouls out with 6 points. I tell you, if you didn't do all that fouling in the first half, you wouldn't have this situation. See, that's what we get for rivalry games on this program. Back to play as Scott City has the basketball and a 10-point lead, 60-50 with 3:43 for the game. Landon Robert on the right wing, almost stripped away. He continues his dribble in the middle. This is McFall underneath for Sanders. Couple of bounces. We'll get it back out to Brock. A 10-footer. That's no good. Had the good look, just in and out. Quickly back the other way. This is Miller on the left wing. Drive. Foul called. Oh, man. Question is, who got the worst of that one? Foul this time on Sanders of Scott City. That's his 3rd. It is a non-shooting foul. Zach Cotner comes back in. He's got 4 with 6 points. Left baseline. Here comes a long 3. Count those! For Miller, the dime piece from Dowdy, 60-53. Do we see a run in Dexter in the late moments of this game? McFall. Stutter step, drives, offensive foul. Good take that time by Lee. And McFall, just his first foul tonight. Boy, everybody from Ilmo to the train tracks wanting that call. Reverse layup blocked by Brock, but a rebound, a shot, and a foul. Potts puts it in. Ryan Brock will pick up His fourth. Free pass, no good for Potts. Rebound, not good, however, as Brock pulls it down. Jacob Lee, that's his fourth foul. So we're getting into foul trouble real quick here, folks. Inbound comes to Cotner. He's on the floor at 4. Landon Robert has no foul, so he's got something to give. 2:43 to go. Feed comes to, oh, wow. Not a good pass. Dexter can sense a comeback. They're only down 5. They've outscored Scott City this quarter 9-4.
13.
We hear the Scott City coach, Coach Dannemuller, trying to get his Chargers into a good defensive mode here. Deep to the right wing, the left wing now. Here's a drive. This is Fitz, the floater. The score! 60-57, Scott City. This is an 11-4 run to start the quarter by Dexter. Can't be lackadaisical with the passes. Brock now has a drive. This is Cotner. No. Rebound to Potts. They can close it within 2 or tie it with a bomb. Oh, boy. Almost a backcourt there. Good save that time by Fitz. Fitz has it at the deep left wing. He starts to drive, kicks it out left baseline. This is Miller drives. A hand check foul. And that'll be 1 and 1. Who is it on? McFall called for the foul and timeout call by Scott City. Let's take a break. Get down to nitty-gritty. 60-57. Scott City leading Dexter. This is MABN.net.
The results are in. There is a difference in attitude at Southeast Health. You'll find it in a friendly smile, in a pleasant voice, in a helping hand, and in a warm heart. But most importantly, you'll find it in your time of need, when you need it the most. There is a difference. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
ShelterPetProject.org.
The result.
If you're looking for a new pet that you can cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy, loyal, fun, loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. So bring home your new...
Back here on MABN.net as Tyler Miller misses the free throw. Great off-balance shot, however, the other way for Zach Cotner. That makes it 62-57 Scott City. 1:33 to go for regulation. Alvin Washington here at Rams Gymnasium along 3-9.